Sometimes when the weeks are so busy and I know I'm not going to have time to cook, I use the stuff that I've been storing away in my freezer to make some really easy, quick recipes that I can just throw in the oven or heat up and microwave for dinners those nights. So today I'm going to be showing you two of the really easy recipes that I just make using stuff that was already in my freezer. So the first recipe is a broccoli rice casserole. So this, I'm going to be pulling out of my freezer some cream of celery soup that I had made back in the fall. I have a bag of frozen broccoli, and then for my husband, I have some chicken that's already cooked. So the first thing I do is I just steam up this bag of broccoli, and I'm going to be cutting it with my scissors. And then I also found some frozen asparagus, so I decided to add that into this as well. So I'm just going to be chopping those up really small. I didn't even feel like pulling out a cutting board this day. I knew I had about 20 minutes to make some of these meals, and I did this on a Monday, and this actually fed us until Thursday night. So each one of these recipes was good for two dinners, so we just kind of alternated. We did the broccoli rice one night, and then we did the Mexican, and then we bumped back to the broccoli rice, and then back to the Mexican. So really 20 minutes of prep, pulling stuff out that was already cooked and just mixing it together was ideal. So I had some rice that I cooked in my rice cooker. I just added those vegetables. I microwaved my cream of celery soup, and now this is the base of the casserole, so I'm just going to be mixing this all together, and then I'm going to be dividing it. Half is going to be for my casserole that doesn't have meat, and the other half I'm going to microwave that cooked chicken and mix that in for my husband's half. And this is how I like to modify my recipes. So basically I'll just make one base meal and then just add the meat in if he wants the meat or the cheese or anything that I don't eat. I'm going to add some of these French fried onions. These are the same ones that you would use for like a green bean casserole, which is kind of like what this tastes like, but it's just like taking a side dish of a green bean casserole and turning it into like a full meal. You could always use this as a side dish. I eat mine as a whole meal because I eat Starch Solutions 50-50 plates. So basically I eat half of my plate is a starch and half of my plate is a non-starchy vegetable. So because this has the rice and the vegetables all together, this is a complete meal for me. And like I said, these casserole dishes that I made, half of it was one night for dinner and the other half was another night for dinner. And all I had to do was just scoop it out and microwave it, and dinner took 5 seconds. I love doing this every once in a while, like every fourth week of the month, like when groceries are running thin. Instead of jumping to the grocery store and getting a whole bunch of new stuff, I like to go through my freezer, go through my pantry, see what I have left that I could use up to make a new meal out of, and then I just call it scrounging for the week. We're just kind of using our scraps and seeing what we could do, and most of the time, I don't need anything new. I could just kind of recreate stuff out of what we have. Okay, so for the next one, I have a whole bunch of cubes of black bean soup. I had a bag of fire roasted corn and a bag of peppers and onions. I had about half a jar of salsa verde and some cooked rice. And I also had some cilantro lime chicken that I had made for my husband. Super easy because you're just pouring everything out into the bowl. So I have my cooked rice, my frozen corn, which I didn't even bother to heat up, my frozen peppers and onions. Again, I'm going in with those kitchen shears and just cutting them into little smaller pieces so that everything is kind of bite-sized. Then I just heated up that black bean soup and I'm going to pour that into that, and that's going to double as my bean and a sauce. So you kind of mix it all together. I'm going to add some of that salsa verde in there. This is perfect. You could eat it like a burrito bowl. You could actually wrap it up in a tortilla and make burritos out of it. Some chips on the side and dip it as if it's like a black bean dip. For my husband's, I didn't add the black bean soup. I just added the salsa verde and his chicken into it. So I hope this gives you guys some inspiration on how you can use your food scraps to kind of recreate meals and put some things together. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to make your belly full. These meals are way healthier than if you were to order a pizza or get takeout. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what kind of leftover recreations you like to make in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.